Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Hi, Glorious E, Craig Dixon, Lina Meling, Lorado Shorenzi. I hope everyone is well. RDRD, Mary Johnson. Okay, today is Thursday. For those of you who are still doing the corporate hustle, you are almost there. And also, if anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video. PsychicMenu.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. And also, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like the channel and I'm not a subscriber yet. So that would help me too. Having said that, I don't know how many of you saw Pence this morning on CNN, and he was talking about Trump in such a glorious way. You know, I couldn't believe him. Like, is that the same guy Trump January 6 people wanted to kill? This guy, I don't, this, please let me know, guys, if I'm wrong, those of you who saw that interview. This is what I call low self-esteem and low self-worth. There is no way, if I can't say, you don't want to go on TV or say anything bad about someone you work with or anybody. Keep your mouth shut instead of going on TV and lie to people. It's amazing. And, if he's looking to get on Trump's good side and get a job, I feel sorry for him. I would not be surprised, you guys, if that Pence would like to have another government job. I was looking at this guy this morning. I'm like, what an idiot. Unbelievable. And he said, and the other thing, he said he spoke Trump's language fluently for 4 years. Is that supposed to be, something extraordinary? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But anyway, I flipped the channel and because I need my blood pressure to stay low. Having said that, I feel yesterday, I changed my mind at the last minute with the stream or the subject that I discussed yesterday. And after I left, I heard about Comey and Brennan, okay? There is something going on in the Trump administration. And it feels like, to me, like I said, I believe it was yesterday, reality is catching up with them. And if you notice what's happening to Norm in Texas, among other events that are taking place that are beyond her control, but she's so incompetent. She's going out making her conservative TV tools lying. It's not going to work. That's number one. And number two, on another responsibility that she has as well, she's responsible for ICE, DHS, and all those agencies. These people intuitively, okay, the approach that they are using is the wrong approach. And it's because, I don't know how many of you heard Miller. I watched the video this morning. He was on Fox and they ran out of battery. That's how irate this guy was, screaming from at the top of his lungs to arrest undocumented migrants. Criminal undocumented migrants. These people have no idea, but the point I'm trying to make is that's another situation that's out of Norm's control. Stephen Miller, when he goes on TV like that and starts screaming, he gets the attention of the leaders, of ICE leaders. And it's like, I want more. He's pushing them. And if you notice, lately, they have been more aggressive. And they are going to continue to be more aggressive, arresting people and abusing people. And also there's a video, I just watched it this morning. 4 Cubans, they had imprisoned at Alcatraz, Alligator Alcatraz, and they were explaining how they were kept. This does not sound like America. They got bread and water for food. They don't have. Some of them are on medication. I guess they are older, or I don't know. They didn't explain. Okay, they did not get their medications. The mosquitoes are beyond this world. They can't sleep because they have a bright light. The bright light is on 24 hours. I never thought I would hear about those things in this country. And also, other things, other part of California and other states that ICE is going around rounding up people. This is not going to stop. And the way Trump is behaving, there is something, the reason why I gave you those other examples, but intuitively I feel, those of you who are in the medical field, you can tell me, please tell me if I'm right when I focus on Trump. He has moments of lucidity, it feels like to me. Okay? He can more or less function. But most of the time, he's like a big toddler, and his mind does not function properly. Yesterday, it feels like to me he had one of those moments, or he was in one of those moments. He can function, but his brain is not working. There's something like a fog. Okay? He can't think straight. According to reports, I didn't see it, and I don't want to watch it. I'm not quite sure. Well, the guy is a racist. He thinks every black person is stupid. Let me tell you, I'm sure you guys know, African leaders, to reach that level, a lot of them studied in Europe. They are very well educated. And Trump thought he was complimenting the president of Liberia, I believe, for how well he speaks English, because some people around him don't speak English that well. As if Trump possesses the knowledge to evaluate people, how well they speak anything. That was a major mistake, but it's because intuitively I feel he's deteriorating mentally. And people around him are aware of it. Unless you are a doctor, I'm not a doctor, obviously, they could categorize, or based on what I am getting, they can tell me, because I don't know. I've never really been around someone who's deteriorating the way, like in public like this, and at least to understand the different stages. But the people around Trump, they know he's not all there. The people in Congress and in the Senate, they are aware. And also, as those of you who are familiar with those situations, they can become very agitated or easily agitated and do things, start screaming at people, start, throwing tantrums. Trump does that. It feels like to me, so far, well, he's done it in front of cameras, but it feels like to me behind the scenes, he does a lot more of it. And because of that, Tom Tillis, I believe his name is Dan Bacon from the House, among others. There is Tom Tillis leaving and Dan Bacon leaving the House is not, by a fluke. Like I said yesterday, well, I don't think I said that yesterday, the ship is sinking. And also these guys, they love themselves and respect themselves. Yes, Tillis lowered himself, because I saw him once standing in front of some kind of placard or sign in Washington, D.C. In fact, I sent him a tweet. He was basically singing the glory of Doge until he got doged himself by Trump. Trump threatened to fire him. Well, find someone to primary him. And he got angry and told Trump off. Well, the best way, in a nice way, he told Trump off. But the point I'm trying to make is, those two guys leaving, intuitively I feel, is the symptom of something much larger. And people in Congress and in the House, in the Senate and in the House, they are trying to figure out how to manage that situation without getting themselves in trouble with Trump because they don't want to be primaried. Trump at this point, if you notice, some of the stuff that he does are suicidal. And another situation that's developing in the Senate and in the House, and if you watch the guy who ran away during the January 6th insurrection, I believe he's from Tennessee. I just can't remember his name right now. I'm trying to get his name, but I keep getting Tom Cotton, but it's not Cotton, it's another one. That guy, he's going on TV promising that he's going to find ways to change certain things in the bill because he doesn't like it, but he voted for it. A lot of people in Congress right now, they are looking for life preservers because they know the next time they run, do you guys remember I told you a long time ago, those guys will be primaried and their primary opponents will put Trump, stick Trump around their necks like an albatross. They're going to have the people who primary them or run against them will make sure they remind everyone of how they voted with Trump, against our will, the people, and how they're hurting us. Intuitively, I don't feel all those who are looking for a loophole to change the bill, that big ugly bill that passed, it's not going to happen. And Trump is going to get pissed. Tillis did his best to, tell Trump that the bill is not good. But Trump is so sick upstairs, so delusional. It's his way or the highway. He threatened him. And I can't say the word Tillis used, but I'm sure you guys have seen some of the reports. He didn't believe in that baloney. You can use, you can insert other words in there. But the thing is, Trump can no longer control his tantrums. Those guys are realizing that. Trump cabinet members can no longer control. Let me see. Maybe a couple of them, they are not in the spotlight. They're all doing bad things. And it's not because that's, some of them are so dumb, they probably wouldn't, they would probably do that anyway. But like I've been saying for a while, they have a list of things to achieve, how to dismantle their agencies and things they have to do. So it's not their orders. It's from the people who wrote Project 2025. And Trump is all in. And there is no deviating from it because he doesn't have any idea of his own. If you question him, he starts bullying you. This, and something else, I'm sorry. he is threatening other countries now. He's meddling into the, other countries' affairs. He's threatening Brazil if they don't back. He did it to Israel, and now he's trying to do it to Brazil. But the guy who's president of Brazil will stand up to him. He threatened to put 50% tariff on Brazil if they don't leave his good buddy Bolsonaro alone. Not going to work. And to really I feel, like I said yesterday, but seeing what's going on right now, it's going to get worse. All those cabinet members who are in trouble, and there are going to be more, because right now they have to do work, they have to produce, and they can't. And that's how I've been saying this thing is imploding. I wanted to elaborate a little more. Eggshot, he's done. The only reason why he's still there, like I explained to you yesterday, why no matter what happened, Trump cannot get rid of Bundy. And she's another one as well. With major issues, he's not going to be able to straighten the ship. But Trump has no choice. He can't replace her. No one will cross the red line like she did for him at her own peril. And all these people are going to have to answer to us, the people. But let me tell you something. We are reaching a tipping point. That's why I hope I don't repeat too much of what I said yesterday, but I had to do this. We are reaching a critical point in the Trump regime. There is nothing NOM can do about Texas at this point. There is an accumulation of abuse and misdeeds committed by ICE, and people don't like it. They don't like the policy, the way Trump is treating migrants. The economy is going to get hit. I mean, all those things coming together. It's not a question of the cabinet members anymore. The focus is going to be on the disasters. And by the way, today it's Texas. Watch Florida in a couple of weeks. She's not going to be ready either. I hope she learns from what happened in Texas, but she's making so many excuses, and they still want to eliminate FEMA. FEMA doesn't work. When you watch because all those things are disasters in the making. ICE abusing people, hurricanes coming, Texas flood, and we don't know. There can be, intuitively I feel, at least one hurricane will hit Texas. All these things coming together. The only thing I'm hoping, as I'm saying this because I'm seeing airplanes. Okay, Duffy is not competent either. So far, he's the Secretary of Transportation, the guy who was blaming everyone else for the computers, and he thought Elon in 2 weeks would be able to have AI do everything that those complicated systems that they have, that FAA uses. He's not that competent either. He's been lucky, but I'm hoping, I don't see anything happen, any plane crash or anything that way, so please don't get nervous, everyone. What I am saying is mishaps, okay? But thank God also, the number of tourists traveling to this country has decreased tremendously. That's another thing, that's another way our economy is going to get hit. Maybe that's why they're showing me the airplanes. It's because the airlines are going to have financial problems, because I don't know how many of you are keeping track of that. Tourists are not coming to visiting this country anymore. So things are not looking good. And the people around, his secretaries, his cabinet secretaries, have no way of riding this ship. So intuitively, I feel like saying we are watching this government. They've reached a critical moment right now, or as we go forward, it's going to get worse. And this thing is going to implode. And people are going to rise up, forces Congress to do something. And I would be surprised, intuitively. Guys, those of you who have been with me, do you remember that was the first estimate I gave you? I said the summer was going to be critical. And I believe I said that around January, if not before that. Okay? And after I spoke to you yesterday, and I heard about Brennan and Comey, nothing is going to happen to those guys, by the way, because Brennan is doing something very smart. He's talking on TV, but I'll get back to that. The secretaries don't have a way to recover. And like I told you, the summer was going to be critical. But after that, as I was looking at the event and the delays and people going out to protest, okay, and also it feels like to me, for some reason, next March, I don't know if it's because, I'm not sure if it's because events are so out of control over the summer months, till around October, okay, and Trump lasts till March, April next year. I am unsure. But what I am getting right now, all those events, and none of them are any good. They can't recover from them, and they don't know what to do. And Trump is set on his ways. They don't care. That's the other thing. People dying. I don't know how many of you are watching Abbott in Texas. This guy, I mean, he's paying lip service to the people who died or lost, that are not found. They're all trying to cover this up and trying to cover Trump. That's what Abbott is doing as well. He wants to stay in Trump's good graces. They are all trying to cover themselves. If you ask them a question they don't like, they start bullying you like Trump did the other day. Why are you bringing? We're doing serious work here. Why are you asking about Epstein? It's old news. So they start, think they can put you on the defensive, humiliate you, and you will shut up. It's not going to happen. And let me tell you something else. I don't know if I said that yesterday or if I made it clear. Journalists are going to be more open or prone to probe a little more than they used to with Trump and other governors, red state governors, who are trying to bully them when they ask questions. And that's another thing that's going to happen with Trump. If this guy is going to lose his mind, watch. You think you've seen him acting out of or showing how crazy he is, his tantrum, it's going to get worse. Because first of all, the fogginess I mentioned before, okay, people dying, he doesn't know what to do next. He's set on his ways. By the way, he like I said, he doesn't care. People are dying, because if they cared, they would not try to take people's health insurance from them. And they know people are going to die, or right now people are dying. They're trying to cover it up. I'm talking dying migrants. And even Americans too. We can, they can arrest one of us who has some medical issues, like one of the 4 people, the example I gave you earlier, the 4 Cubans who were at Alligator Alcatraz. They didn't get the medicine, the medications. Some of them are on medication. So you can, if you have a heart issue, you're supposed to take your medication and you don't take it, bad things will happen. These people don't care. All of them, they are following the leader. Lie, bully, obfuscate, lie some more. It's not going to work. We are right now at a critical moment. They're not going to be able to right this ship. Watch the summer months get worse. Some of you, a bunch of you keep asking me, when is this going to end? It may end September, October, or in March. And we are right now at the beginning, like I said, of the tipping point. Intuitively, I feel it's like, before the balance shifts, it's going like this before it drops. That's where we are right now, and they are not going to be able to recover. And when it comes to Brennan, and in fact, this is something else. People are beginning to catch up on the Trump way of framing people to get them into trouble and hurt them if he can, like he did Cohen. That's what they're trying to do with Cohen and Ben Brennan. It's not going to work. Brennan is doing the right thing, going on TV and talk about it. And he'll back off. Trump will back off. That's one of my sisters. Yeah. There is something else. That guy Bove, I don't know how many of you saw remember last week or 2 weeks ago, he testified in the Senate. He said he never said the court can go, guys, you guys know what I mean, right? There are text messages to prove that he lied, and he did say it. I mean, I believe those who accuse him of saying that, because that's basically Vance's idea, or one of the people that has the idea of telling the court where to go. This guy, too. You see, that's not. I'm mentioning that because I'm showing you how this fulcrum is going. That balance is going to shift. Tilly said something. He voted for Exit because he wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. And other senators, they encourage each other to give a pass to Trump cabinets. I know Trump is going to push this, but I would be surprised if Bove makes it, if he doesn't drop out. Because when I focused on him this morning, when I saw proof of the text messages, that he said it, he is not sure if he wants to continue. The only way this guy will make it, Trump is going to have to do some major threatening of the senators, but there are a few of them. Tillis is one of them. He doesn't care anymore. He's leaving. He's retiring. And he doesn't want his name associated with another failure and the Trump regime. I am saying, I give you those two examples to show you Tillis is not the only one in the Senate, okay, who feels the way he does. Bacon is not the only one in the House who feels the way he does. A lot of them, I don't know exactly how many, but things are not looking good for Trump and the House and the Senate. They are beginning to get tired of his antics. They are tired of being threatened. They know he's not well obsessed. They're trying to manage the situation. They are unsure if they can do it. And they are waiting for the right time. First of all, their eyes are on two things. His poll numbers and for things to go south. Meaning Trump, Nom can't recover. Shit is already in trouble because people in Congress and senators are complaining already. There are reports, and I told you a long time ago he's not going to survive. Among others, Kennedy is another one. Okay. They are waiting for all this stuff to become so overwhelming, and people, ICE is going to kill people. They're waiting for that critical moment, and I would be shocked if that critical moment doesn't come. That's why I'm saying to you that the critical point shifting, and they pounce on him, on Trump that is, okay, and also the pressure from us, the people, demanding change because things are going to get bad. People are angry already, it feels like to me, about the way ICE is treating people, the stories and videos they are seeing, they are watching. My prediction is the days of the Trump regime is numbered. I don't feel this is going to last very long. Those of you who keep asking me, and I can never give you a specific answer. They are at the beginning of the end. That's my prediction. And like I said yesterday, there are going to be consequences for all of this. And it's going to be an interesting, after this is over, one more thing. I'm being shown Vance because, as I told you already, he's waiting for the day. He knows what's coming. He knows how Trump, he's not all there, okay? There is, I don't know how many of you watched Michael Steele, Simone, and that other lady. I have to make an effort to learn her name one of these days. But Michael Steele, Simone, and that other nice lady's show on MSNBC. They were talking last night about a statement that Vance made about who real Americans are. And basically it's a white supremacist credo, it feels like to me. Okay, but let me say this. It's not going to be him. I've said this before. And because I know a lot of people are scared. And I'm concerned. Someone saying something like that, unless your family has been here before the Civil War, you are not really an American. He's trying to create classes, basically, since he doesn't have, well, he's dumb enough to do it, but he chose to differentiate who's real, the different grades of being an American. You have to be here for that since the beginning of the Civil War, prior to the Civil War, something to that effect. What's this guy thinking? Where was his wife born? Aren't his kids half black? But that's his ordering. The reason why I'm bringing that up, for two reasons. That confirms to me of the Trump administration's goal You see that, like the way they going after DEI, they firing, minorities. I mean, even black guys with, if you have pimples, they started in the military, that is. Sorry about that. Black men in the military, there is, I don't know the name of the condition, okay? But when you shave, you can get a lot of pimples. A lot of mostly black guys have that situation, I think, okay? They even came up with something like that. If you have that condition, they get rid of you. They're trying to erase, that slavery ever happened in this country. And any good contribution, any contribution African Americans made, they want it done away with. So these are the things that they are doing. But Vance going out and saying what he said, and I'm sure those of you who saw it and you saw Simone's facial expression, the way she was reading it, she knew who basically Vance was talking about, although blacks were here and even fought. I mean, even Haitians fought during the civil, helping during the Civil War. So there were blacks here. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking. But he knows Trump days are numbered, but he confirmed to me intuitively that what Trump is doing. And I'm saying this again for two reasons. First of all, that they are proven that they are basically racist. The second thing is before the summer is over, African Americans are not going to be able to. I know we're being careful because they can start targeting African Americans. They are targeting us now anyway. They're going to try to trigger. They're going to abuse African Americans so bad, we're going to have to be more proactive with everything that's going on, and they are going to try to trigger us. But thank God we are not going to be alone, because this is not going to be about black, white, or otherwise. It's going to be about Americans, people who love democracy. But the Trump regime, they are going to try to humiliate us, as they've been doing. It's going to get worse. But don't worry about Vance. Yeah, he will simply have the post. He won't be in charge. I've said that before, but that's my prediction. Because he's saying some pretty, oh my God, some pretty bad stuff. Okay? But this situation is going to get worse. And mostly when it comes to black and brown people, don't let it affect you, but we're going to have to get out in greater numbers and stand up. That's my prediction. That's what I'm trying to say to everybody, but don't let it frighten you. Okay. I'm sorry, I've lost track of time. Oh boy. And I said, yes, that is what they were saying about it. Fire scorched the earth and made the ground hard, so flooding was easier. Oh yeah, I've heard about that in California after the wildfires, and it rains. It's like condominium. It's like it brings everything down because it's so dry. And there are no trees to slow down the water or anything like that. So there's a whole science behind it. I'm not an expert at it, but yes, I'm looking for questions. Yeah, there is another town in New Mexico who got, and you know what, I said I was going to mention it today, but I had to do what I had to say this. Because a lot of people are asking me, when is this going to end? We are at the beginning of it right now. But our weather system, the climate is not going to get better until we take action to change the way some of the ways we do things. That's what I wanted to say yesterday, or part of what I wanted to say. We're going to see some worse weather disasters. Keep our fingers crossed. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Marinette says, Tillis get no pass from being a coward. Oh, I wasn't giving him a pass. Please, guys, the people I mentioned in this video, okay, trust me, they deserve one another, and they deserve to be, to everything Trump throws at them, because they supported his, what's the right word? His candidature. Okay, they gave him a pass to become president of this country. Again, knowing how he is, and they could tell he was coming back worse. But what concerns me the most, those of you who are in the medical field or have had somebody you know who suffered from either Alzheimer's or one of those bad situations. Okay, by the way, they said rosemary tea helps with that. When I found out about it, I started drinking rosemary tea. But anyway, that's my little confession here. But yes, there is a foggy time, it feels like to me, when I was focusing on Trump. I was getting senators and people in the House, they knew. Okay, and now it's getting worse by the day. And they don't know how to handle him. And when he throws those tantrums, we've seen little speck of it on, during his cabinet meetings and the way he treats some of those reporters. But it's worse when the cameras are off. All right, I think this is it, friends. I think YouTube is trying to kill. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'm trying to come up with new ideas to fix the channel, because I don't know if it's the beginning of the summer. Something is off. I mean, I know I'm working on things to do, but please, everyone, if you don't see me, do a search for me. As you know, I'm here every day at 12, except for Sundays. Oh, well, Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays, I'm on the other channel. So please look for me, because my views are dropping. I'm not quite sure if I'm talking about the wrong subjects or something you're not interested in. Please, I encourage you, if you have questions, post them. Okay, I will answer them, but if you don't see me, look for me, because that's one way YouTube can basically kill your channel. People can't find you, or they can't find you, or they don't put you on people's timeline. So please look for me. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, Chat Managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmedia.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot, and also it will hopefully keep the algorithm showing me, on people's timeline, because the past few weeks has been a challenge. Right? I don't know if it's because the beginning of the summer, people are going away or something, but something is wrong. So look for me if you don't see me. I will see you all tomorrow, unless something major happens later. Till then, bye.